Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to DRC. This is the first pre-season session. Once again, my name is Evan, and we are live around the Sochi Autodromo for what is the first of 3 pre-season sessions. 45 minutes of practice for our drivers, and we will be talking a bit about the new season and the new lineups. First drivers out of the track will be Killers in the Ferrari. Of course, going back to the Ferrari team. Or staying with the Ferrari team, even. Of course, we do have last season's Monaco GP winner, Danny Headkemper, also sticking with the Haas team after moving from Red Bull before the Monaco Grand Prix, actually, and he will stay with them for this season, as we do have a few more drivers coming out. Those as Stein has gone to McLaren for his first full season. Then we do have a brand new full lineup for Alfa Romeo. We do have Matthias and Levy both joining the Alfa Romeo team. Both Toro Rosso's last season lineup would have changed teams, as they do go side by side on their first lap. That's joined by the 2 McLarens. Not sure what they're up to, but we'll ignore it for the minute. Then, of course, we do have some new drivers. We have Mac joining the Renault team beside his teammate Lucas. Of course, Mac's name is actually Jack, so we're going to call him that for the rest of the season. And then, of course, Lucas is Lucas. In the other Renault, Tentude Stelling and Van Raj will go back to their roots in the Red Bull team. Both the Alfa Romeo drivers last season. We have a spinner already in the form of Yuri. He says he spins a lot in practice, probably doing it on purpose at this point, but he is our first collision and nearly gets hit by Dimitri for good measure. Last season champion Dart Thomas, or Dart FIFA, says he's only setting 1 lap today. He's already on the soft compound tyres, and he is joining Williams alongside Kerem. Of course, a new gamer tag for Kerem, but he still is Kerem Erdenvest. And he will be driving alongside Thomas or Dart FIFA for this season. SVDL's back into the pits already, followed by his teammate. Wonder did they have a slight collision with the Alfa Romeos. As Quickster has joined the Toro Rosso team. Of course, got a win last season in the Williams in the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. What a hectic Grand Prix that was. He is joined by the one and only Rafa for this season. The Toro Rosso Rafa still not out on track, just putting on a setup or something. Monster in the Racing Point, we believe, or I'm not sure whether he is a reserve driver or not, but I'm not sure on gamer tags at this time being. Move up now to the top. Dimitri is on a lap on the hard compound tyres. We're going to stay on board with the Dutchman. Of course, he got my overtake of the year last season. Sorry, his teammate Danny has actually gone second. Killers has improved and gone first. Of course, we won't be seeing pole laps here today. Drivers just getting used to their new cars, getting some setups and getting some running time with the Season 5 grid. Dimitri now will stay on board as he comes round into the 3rd sector. Surveyor, seemingly I'm saying that right. Surveyor, basically what it is. And of course, being Irish, I find that slightly funny, but he has set the quickest time, 1:35.5 on the hard compound tyres in the Mercedes. Matthias gone 4th in the Alfa Romeo, but we've seen him going side by side with Levy down the main straight. Locking Dimitri set, go 2nd, 1:35.6, getting a slight snap of oversteer as we come out that section, or that final corner even. The Alfa Romeos are still side by side. Are they going to do every lap side by side? Looks like they're having a bit of a run with SVDL here, a bit of a battle between the 3. Don't ask me what they're doing, but unless they're practicing for some race conditions. We don't have a race around Sochi this Here, of course, our other two pre-season tracks being the Sakir International Circuit in Bahrain and, of course, Circuit Paul Ricard in France. We're going to just ignore the Alfa Romeos for the minute. Dart FIFA is on an invalid lap in his Williams. Sporting a slightly new helmet for us is the Belgian of Thomas Main in the Williams, a blue and gold kind of helmet for him. Of course, in 10th and 11th we do have Charles Leclerc and Lance Stroll seemingly. But of course that is just as we are missing Marcus and whoever the other racing point is. Still hasn't been fully decided. This Monster goes 5th with a 1:37.2 on a set of mediums. So of course some time to be found on those, but it is only early days. The Alfa Romeos are still side by side. Oh, that's a swipe. Levy absolutely swiping across his teammate Matthias. We're going to ignore them. Van Raj letting somebody through. It is the Renault of Jack Redmond who he is letting through. Karem now just in front of his teammate Thomas, or Dart FIFA. Gotta get used to saying his name again. Spotting the number 69 after he finished on that amount of points last season. And why am I surprised? Giving Dart FIFA a slight touch of slipstream here as Van Raj goes 7th. The 1:49.2. Of course, that isn't the competitive lap time. Hello to everyone watching, 5Us. Of course, if you do have any questions about the pre-season, Karem getting all slidey out of that corner. Do you have any questions about the grid or the pre-season? Please do let us know, as we are here for another 37 minutes watching pre-season testing. It's a dull day in Russia. Of course, the conditions not ideal. Dart FIFA has gone 3rd on a set of softs, being held up slightly. Servier has gone 1st position, 1:35.5. Some early pace from the Mercedes. You'd like to see it. You like to see it. That is Stein waiting on the pit exit for him in the McLaren, going very slowly. Maybe just giving a bit of clearance to the cars in front. Of course, you do not want to be in the dirty air for the windy section in Sector 2. Gotta stick on board. Quickster for a lap out here. Quickster, of course, winning in Abu Dhabi last season in what was race of the season, as voted by the fans and the staff in DRC. So I'd say I enjoyed that one. But let us know what your favourite Grand Prix last season was. There was quite a few. We had some especially good race in Japan, and another good race in Monaco as well was also quite enjoyable, and Silverstone. And then Safety Car City in Melbourne was another good GP if you're looking for some races to watch over the lockdown. Quite a good few in Season 4, a couple of good Season 3 races, but of course weren't as good there. And Cromdesto, if you're trying to comment Shane related stuff, it's not coming through because it's blocked. PMP Mac has gone 2nd in the Renault, 1:35.6 on the mediums. And Matthias has gone quickest on a set of mediums, a 1:35.2. Some early pace, showing well for the Alfa Romeo team, as they were literally side by side for about 4.5 laps. We'll go back to Quickster. He did invalidate his lap while we were talking about the good races of last season. As SVDL still behind Matthias. How has that managed? Yuri in the Mercedes for this season. Looking, could he be a championship challenger? Of course, a lot of people. Karem was retired from the session. Oh, Karem. What has he done here then? We'll go on board with Van Raj to find out, as... Wrong Red Bull. We'll go on board with 10-inch Stelling. He's gone past it. Let's go back to Levy as we're now stuck on Rafa. The next car, I believe, to come up to it is Demeet. Oh, Dart FIFA spun. That's not a mistake you often see. You don't normally see Dart FIFA making mistakes. Jack Redmond commenting, or PMP Mac, that his braking isn't 100%. Some pre-seasons here for, of course, the Renault can be dodgy sometimes, not normally in the game, however. Dimitri coming up to Dart FIFA, who is pulling into the pits, as he did have a little spin on the last lap. Krems left the session after making a collision with the wall. Of course, recreating what Pierre Gasly did in his first Red Bull lap. Quickster's got second in the Toro Rosso. Good early on pace from the Toro Rosso. Brakes working again on that Renault. The mechanic's doing a good job seemingly. Killers has slotted in third. Or was he always third? I'm not even sure really, but he's there now on a 135.4 in the Ferrari. Looking for it. He had his first podium in Spa last season. Could have won in Melbourne, but did spin 4 laps from the end. Unfortunate for the Dutchman. Severe letting Rafa go through. Of course, Rafa had a very poor season after a very high finishing season 3. And Danny has gone second in the Haas. Good lap from Danny, the number 48 Haas. The number 48 winning in Monaco last season, one of the highlights of Danny's season, no doubt. Nearly won in Abu Dhabi, but then Thomas became a torpedo. And we have another conga line forming behind Matthias. I've no idea what they're doing. Of course, they all are friends, the McLarens, Danny and Matthias, in racing in LASF1. And they've all decided they're going to go around in formation. Sure, why not? Still some drivers to set times. We do have Levy, Yuri, Stein, Rafa, SVDL and Tentude Stelling. All to set times. But we won't be seeing any times from Karem today as he became a fidget spinner again. And he told me to say that. Matthias getting a bit scared, bit slippy around that final corner. We've seen some drivers make a couple of mistakes there. Oh, and we have yellow flags. It's like somebody just pulling over. It's very dark in Abu Dhabi. Or, not Abu Dhabi, Russia. Where'd I get Abu Dhabi from? Looking like it might rain. I'd love to get a weather forecast because a wet testing could be what these drivers need. No, not likely to get one in Bahrain because it's Bahrain, and we're not likely. Well, we don't know about France. Of course, France can be north of France sometimes cold, south of France very hot in the summer. It can be a bit mixed up. As Rafa goes second with a 135.2 on the mediums. Good lap from him. And we can see the tyres the drivers are currently on is to the right, not the ones they have set laps on. They could be different. as we see a lot of drivers doing long stints like Danny on the hard compound tyres, trying to set laps, just getting laps in under the new car. Of course, his car is the same, being in the Haas, but we will have to wait and see, as the McLaren and the Alpha are still messing around and have been for the last nearly 20 minutes. 20 minutes gone already. And of course, once again, if you do have any questions about Season 5, do leave them in the chat below. I'll try answer them, but of course, some of them I will need. Rafa and last year's champion FIFA does set the quickest time of a 1:33.0 on the soft compound tyres. After doing 4 laps on them, a good lap from him. Might have got a bit of slipstream from the Haas in front, but we'll have to wait and see. Van Rij slowing up to get a good run for the Red Bull on fresh tyres. Oh, and Dart FIFA has retired from the session. We heard he was only going to set 1 quick lap and then leave as Matthias dive bombs the McLaren. These might be having a little bit of a race here. We might stay to spectate this. The 2 McLarens, Jory versus Stein, as they come round into this section. Giving us a bit of entertainment here, the 2 McLarens are. Team boss won't be happy. We believe it's strict corner cutting. I'm not quite sure, but it was definitely strict last season and it worked, so I don't think that's going to change, as down the inside goes Matthias. On, we believe, I have no idea who it is because they're not in any order. It's SVDL. We're going to go on board with the McLaren as he nearly spins. Having a little bit of a battle. They were actually organising this in the Instagram chat earlier. Matthias goes down the inside of Stein, runs wide. Still side by side. As now it's going to be the 2 McLarens having a bit of a battle. We'll go on board with Stein. This has given us a little bit of entertainment, but of course it's not really giving them pre-season chances. Down the inside goes Stein, but oh, he's been sandwiched. Around he goes. We all knew that wasn't going to end well for one of them. It's Dimitri slots third. It's a good lap from him on the mediums, 1:34.9. SVDL and Stein are still racing, and we have a question: why are Stroll and Leclerc in the session? We don't have a Ferrari and a Racing Point driver, so they decided they'll race. They'll race this season. Of course, Charles Leclerc getting a sim in. What? Oh, he's gonna crash here. That wasn't a good idea, SVDL. No, I'm joking. Leclerc and Stroll. It's just random AI for some reason. They were put in. Ooh, PMP Mac has retired from the session in the Renault. Was that a crash? Oh, it was a crash! And SVDL's been given a 5-place grid penalty. He's been given another one. That doesn't count. We don't have a race. As they both decide to turn this into a cross-country circuit. Getting some really valuable testing, these two are. Surber comes second. That would have been very embarrassing for SVDL to crash out there. Oh, he still might. Matthias has spun. SVDL's been disqualified. That's not one of the cleverest things I've ever seen happen. To say the least, SVDL's been disqualified from the session. I'm sorry, but what were they doing? Stein survived. Quickster's gone third. Somebody's just improved. Was it? It was Van Rij, I believe, has gone 12th. Still only one driver yet to set a lap. That is Stein, of course. And we literally seen him racing with his teammate a minute ago. That doesn't surprise me in the slightest. 24 minutes to go. Of course, not as long as our usual live streams with the quali and race. Oh! And there is, I believe that's Yuri and Danny going side by side. Or is it Dimitri? It's Dimitri. It's Dimitri and Yuri going side by side. This video complaining that he was disqualified. It's your own fault, mate. What happened to Karem? Karem did what he normally does and spun. Yuri and Dimitri side by side. Into the brakes they go. Yuri goes really deep, and Dimitri will get this position, even though it's not a position. Of course, Dimitri and Danny used to have the same racing number. We used to have two number 2 Hasses, which got very confusing, even though you can't really see the numbers. SVDL saying it was his fault, but it was fun though. It's a pre-season testing. It's pre-season testing. You can have some fun in the race. No, it gave us 5 minutes of entertainment. So Yuri and Dimitri, except these are going a bit more serious. That's a corner cut by Dimitri. We'll go on board with the Hassman as he's side by side. Or not anymore. Oh, he still is there. Dimitri spun. Nearly gets swept out by Matt. He just nearly gets swept out by a Racing Point. That jump scared me, I'm not gonna lie, but of course ghosting is on. SVDL saying he was in a party chat with Matthias and they were just messing around. Yes, you swear just messing around. Oh god, are we gonna have another race with Matthias? No. Yuri now, side by side with Dimitri again, or is that Danny? It is Dimitri. The quick Dart FIFA still holds the quickest time, won the pre-season race last year. Of course, we didn't have testing sessions, we had a race. And this basically is a race with Yuri and Dimitri. We'll go on board with Yuri. See what he can see. Oh, we'll go on board with Dimitri as he is behind. A Serbia. Oh, Killers has improved. A 134-1. That's a. Oh, Dimitri's around and into the wall he goes. Again, not the cleverest thing I've seen all day, but it's pre-season testing and nobody wants to test. We do have another improvement. Stein's gone second. Look at the laps he can put in when he goes serious. A 133.9 from the McLaren. It's a tasty lap to say the least. Yuri's retired from the session. He's crashed. Of course he has. He's crashed. Where did he crash? Ah yes, straight on. Definitely hit Dimitri or something. But that's the end of Yuri's session. As we had one McLaren get disqualified, one McLaren has set the second fastest time of the day. 133.9. And I can't really see what Dart FIFA's time was because it's purple and it's in a dark screen. 133 flat, we believe. That's very impressive from Dart FIFA. That's even impressive for him. Monster comes into the pits. Oh, he's nearly clipped the wall. That would have been embarrassing. So we're going to pick a driver to go on board with. If we're going to go on board with Van Rij in the Red Bull. Just gonna sit back and enjoy this lap. Levy's gone 8th with a 134.7 on the medium compound tyres. Good lap from the Alpha. As Van Rash gives up on that lap after watching it all the way. Lucas coming behind in the Renault. Looks like he's also trying to set a quick lap on the medium compound. Lucas looks to be finishing out this lap, but it's not going to be the quickest lap in the world, we don't believe. Could be competitive. It's a 1:35.1 and it's good enough for 10th in the Renault. As the two Red Bulls are at the back already, it's just like a qualifying session. Of course, the two Renaults have a better race pace than quali pace, as we had seen on many occasions last season. Yellow flags in sector 3. Somebody spun. It's a Toro Rosso, I believe. It is Quickster. Gets the car quickly back around. Tried to make a pun, didn't work. And will go back on his way. Let's go on board with Danny, who's setting purple sector 2. Matthias pulls over and lets him through. No race this time for Matthias. Into the brakes. 100-meter board, very late. But gets the down shift in. Oh, SVDL's left the session. Is that what the yellow flags are for? We're not sure. Oh no, SVDL's already retired. Looks like it's just, yep, just Tentu Stelling slowing up to let drivers through. What can Danny set here? Can he go quickest? He can! 1:32.9 for the Haas driver. That's a good lap. And Stein's looking to improve on the softs as well. Anybody else on quick laps? Killers is trying to set a quick time in the Ferrari, of course. Getting down to the business end of pre-season testing session 1. As somebody's just joined. No idea who. Oh, Dimitri has crashed. We'll go on board with Lucas to see what happened. Oh, he's just clipped the wall, looks like. Very easy mistake to make. Well, he has, but he's set a good number of laps. He'll be happy, hopefully, with that day of testing as Lucas decides we're going to cut every corner that's possible. That annoys me as a commentator watching a driver cut the corner because it's just the most unnatural thing ever. Even though they are only on an in lap, the lap doesn't count. But it's very annoying to watch as Lucas nearly spins it into the wall. As we have had an improver. Believe it was... It was Van Rash, third in the Red Bull. It's a good lap. As, let's see, can Lucas set a quick lap? We'll go on board with the Renault man. Oh, Yuri's crashed. Monster's gone quickest, 1:32.6. That's a good lap in the racing point. Drivers improving, all once they get onto the soft compound tyres. As we did have a crash, Monster's left the session now. Was the Alfa Romeo, I believe, of Levy. Or was it Yuri? We're not sure who. Oh, we're not sure who. But there was definitely a yellow flag there as we stick on board with Lucas in the Renault. Sporting a plain white helmet for the look of things. Not cutting any corners on this occasion. Oh, we've another Alfa Romeo spinner, we believe it is. Just gonna check quickly. If it's Levy, it's Matthias. Of course, he's back the right way. 14 minutes to go here. Matthias has spun again. Or has he just got to know he's out of fuel? Swacking Lucas set here. Coming up into a yellow flag zone, so he might have to slow down. Oh, bit of debris. Somebody's clipped the wall. Bit of carbon fibre just there, or it's either a bit off the wall, but most likely somebody's front wing. Where does this lap put the Renault? It's a no improvement. Oh, 4 thousandths of a second. Lucas is down, as there is. I believe Matthias or Levy letting somebody through. Levy's gone fourth. The 133.1. All drivers really up in the gears here, and Monster set a 132.669. Leaving that there as Quickster goes into 10. Oh, he's already in. He's just left the session. Fine to see DRC is finally back. Yes, we're all happy it's finally back, and we do have some pre-season to enjoy with the first race this Saturday, I believe, around Singapore, where all questions will be answered. Can somebody take the fight to Dart FIFA? Of course, the two it looks like so far is Monster and Danny Hetkemper. 12 minutes to go, and of course, as I will say it again, leave a prediction down below. Who will be Season 5 champion? As it could be anyone really before the season starts. Pre-season doesn't really mean anything. Somebody says Can will be Season 5 champion. It could happen, but he really needs to get consistent if he does want that to happen. There's a lot of collisions. Last Gaming saying my heart says Levy, but my mind says Thomas, and of course last Sporting Alfa Romeo this season, and Thomas could really be a reigning champion, but we have not had a reigning champion once before. DRC in 5 seasons. Of course, Season 3 was dominant by Lorenzo, and Season 4 dominant by Thomas. "11 minutes to go." We watch Danny in the Haas. Can he improve? He most certainly can. Quickest lap improves to a 132.2 for the Haas. Charles Leclerc has just set a 132.9. That doesn't even count. There's nobody driving that. Or is there? What? Who is that? Is that Marcus? I don't know. Does that... What? Because if you look, it has number 69 on the car. And it's just set a 132.9. It's not driving like an AI. It's Karim on another account. Of course. Of course. Of course it's Karim. Leclerc has joined DRC. Yeah, we've seen Boccolacci joined ACR. We've got Charles Leclerc and Lance Stroll. Nobody's beaten that. Oh, that's who Aaron Den Haag was. Ah, it was Carem on another account. That's who it is. It's just come up with that he is Charles Leclerc, so Carem is now... We used to say Carem Ricardo, it's now Carem Leclerc. That had me so confused. He's gone third. Anyway, so good lap from Charles Carem. Charles Ehrenvest, whatever you want to call it. As 8 minutes remain, everyone's really set their fastest laps. But we just wait to see. I wonder if anyone Lance Stroll. Has Lance Stroll joined DRC? We'll have to wait and see. But we'll go on board with Levy for a lap for all you Levy fans out there, if there is any. Oh no, the Alfa Romeos are together again. It's race time in DRC. Levy versus Matthew. He's just pulled over. Oh well. Oh well. We'll stay on board with Levy, sure, why not? As 7 minutes 46 remain. Not very many people setting quick laps. Levy has decided to cut the corner. I'll move on. Of course, you will get a look at some of the helmets while we're here. Van Rij sporting a nice blue helmet this year. Blue and black. Could be the same, but I don't know. Matthias has also a blue and black. That's kind of odd. What helmet does Rafa? If it's blue and black. Killers has a red and black helmet, so slightly different from Killers. Quickster's in the pits. Lucas is all white, we believe, or it could be white with a hint of something. It's white and gold. Very tasteful. Levy and Matthias are side by side again. That can't be good. Levy comes into the pits. We'll go down to Matthias as he sets his quick lap. Second position. 1:32.5 from Matthias. That's a good lap for the Alfa Romeo driver. Will Carem come out for another lap on his other account? Does he have 2 PlayStations? I don't know. Anyway, he's Charles Leclerc, seemingly now. And Raj on a lap, looking to improve. Went second earlier on in this session. Before we did have our quick lap from Matthias Monster and Danny and Charles Carem. Oh, Matthias has retired from the session. He's into a wall. Go on board with Quickster to see what happened here. Just a spin for Matthias. As you do. That's a good camera angle to get a view of that helmet. Purple, black and blue. Oh, silver. Bit of silver there. As we do have curb cam. Come around. Hello, Danny. He's joined the chat. Good lap from him. As you do have that really annoying PA officer in the background of the game. We can't understand what he's saying, but we imagine it's annoying. Oh, another yellow flag. It's a slow Renault. It's not a Haas. They're both out of the session. Looks like a Haas. See it in the top left hand of your screen. Well, oh, it's a McLaren. It is Stein in the McLaren. You go back to Van Rij. Oh, nearly clips a wall. Very close. With 4 minutes 50 to go. Into the braking zone comes Van Rij in the Red Bull. As it comes around. spins the lap again. That's every time we've watched the lap. Red Bull's decided not to continue. Severe is on the track again in the Mercedes. Yuri's teammate, of course, out of the session. Four minutes 30 remain in this pre-season, as we are watching Severe on the Mercedes. Set some fast laps earlier, but he's on the softs again to try and improve and beat that time of Danny Headkemper. Going through the final section. How do you say severe? I was told it's severe or severe. That's how I was told, and whatever you say his name. It's fourth position for the Mercedes-man. And of course, just remember, half the grid is Dutch. I am not Dutch, and I do not know how to say half these. And especially when you have people like Stein and Yuri on the grid. And Yuri spelled with an O and an E. Speaking of Stein, he's retired from this session. Rafa, I'm going to set a quick lap on some softs with 3 minutes to go. Somebody's improved. No idea who. Charles Leclerc is on his outlap again. It is Carême, remember, but for some reason it's saying he's Charles Leclerc and he's Charles Leclerc's helmet. So Charles Leclerc has joined DRC, for anyone wondering, and he can't beat Danny Ignatius. Yes, we do have a testing tomorrow. Jack Redmond speaking Irish. 15 out of 20 guys in this session speak Dutch. So Danny's Dutch, Matthias is Dutch, Monster we believe is English, Severe's Dutch, Charles Leclerc is Monegasque, but of course it is Leclerc. He is Dutch. Stein is Dutch. Dartfief is Belgian, but can't speak Dutch. Rafa is Dutch. Van Rij is not really sure, but Tendun Stelling's Belgian. Killers is Dutch. Killers is actually Turkish, but can speak Dutch. Same with Carême, he's Turkish, but can speak Dutch. Quickster's French. Dimitri is Dutch. Luke has no idea. Yuri's Dutch. PMP Mac is Irish. Carême is Dutch, and SVL is Dutch. Monster's from Austria and he speaks German. But yeah, that's the amount of Dutch people that are in this league. Max Verstappen fans taking over the world. 1 minute 23 remain. In Russia, no, it's Bahrain and France, the next two pre-season tracks. Krem and Khan were both born in the Netherlands, but they're from Turkey. They go under the Turkish flag. Well, Krem's actually under the Monegasque flag as we go on board with him for the minute. Danny actually, his flag in this session is actually... Oh, Carême spun into the wall. Gets too quick on the accelerator and does a Carême spin move. That is going to be really it for the time being. It's going to be Killers who gets one more lap alongside Levy and Severe. But we have a lot of people crashing out, so if that's what you want to go by, we have 11 retirements. Of course, 2 by the same person on 2 different accounts, as these aren't going to make the line if they keep like this. There's 11 seconds left, and Levy's decided he's not going to go for a lap after all that. That's great decision making from the Alfa Romeo. He's given Severe a slipstream here. Or are these two going racing? No, they are not, as we've seen Levy do a lot more racing in what is a pre-season testing. Stick on board as... Actually, we'll go to Killers as he is the second final driver second last driver to complete a lap. That will be a quick lap. Down through the big, very long back straight here. Of course, of 2 long straights around Sochi, sets a purple sector too. That's something you don't say every day from somebody in 13th. Around the final section, it's 3 different levels of this track. Of course, there's the twisty first section, the long straight second, and the twisty third. As here comes Killers, round 2 complete. What is the last lap for him? 9th. As Severe sets another purple sector in 5th position in the Mercedes. This is his first ever DRC session, even though it is pre-season, and he will be our final driver to complete a lap today. But where will it be? Could he go top from his final lap? Oh, he's run out of fuel and won't be an improvement. But that's it from the first pre-season session, and if there's one thing to take note from this start, FIFA finished 8th. But of course it is pre-season and anything can happen. Your final pre-season results is Danny Headkemper with the quickest lap of the session with a 1:32.2 in the Haas. Matthias second after racing his teammate for the majority of that. Monster will come finish third. The Austrian man, of course, only a reserve driver, we believe. Levy fourth, Severe fifth. That is Karem in sixth on his second account after he crashed out after a minute. Stein seventh, then Dart FIFA, Killers, Rafa Van Raj, Tension Stelling, Lucas, Quickster, Dimitri, Yuri, PLP Mac, Karem, and SVDL getting disqualified from the session. But that is it for the first pre-season session. Of course, we are back at Bahrain for the second session. Then it is Paul Ricard for the third and final one, with the season opener being in Singapore. And we've no idea what's happening now. Do we have a 3-lap race to look forward to? No, we don't. That's just the wrong settings. I don't think any of the drivers know what we're doing, waiting for a 3-lap race either. But if we do have a nice 3-lap race to end off the session, that would be enjoyable for all our drivers. Yep, we're on the grid in Russia. 5 lights. We go racing in Sochi. Rafa's on pole somehow. Lucas goes up to second with Killers and Karem either side. The 2 Red Bulls here as well. We were not informed of this, but it's happening anyway. Oh, a swipe by Lucas in the Renault. Down the inside goes Karem in 4th position, as Lucas decides he's not going to take the first corner and pulls out to either side. Dropping down the order with Tenton Stelling in last position. Van Raj tries to go around the outside of Karem, but of course it does say Aaron Den Haag. It is Karem, as we all well know. Rafa leading this race, hasn't won a DRC race since last season in Abu Dhabi. Feels a long time ago. It wasn't yet started this year. No, it wasn't. It was in 2019 December was Rafa's last win. As this is only a pre-season 3-lap race, and I bet you wish you didn't leave the lobby now, people. But Rafa leading this 3-lap Grand Prix, the 3-lap sprint. As we're going to go on board with Killers, looking to make a dive bomb on Lucas down the inside. Looks to go, goes for the move. Gets the brake in perfectly. Good overtake from Killers, side by side. We'll go on board with Van Raj, as they're going to try come round the inside. Goes Van Raj round the outside. It now becomes, as they're going to try, maybe Van Raj, the only ever DRC female driver. And it's not Tentoon Stelling Lass. Oh, hits the Renault, but nearly gets the job done. Oh, but Karem takes the position. The 2 Red Bulls now at the back, side by side. But we'll move up the order. Rafa leading this Grand Prix after starting about 5 places too high on the grid. And here comes Aaron Den Haag, or Karem, as we know and love. Down the inside he goes on Lucas. Oh, and they both decide, let's not turn in and just spin around. Imagine if we got a virtual safety car in a 3-lap race. As this is going to be the most boring 3-lap race ever. Lucas goes down the inside on Van Raj. That's a good move. He's weaving. Why are you weaving? It's a Grand Prix. It's not a... He's received the 2-second time penalty for corner cutting, so he's going to be the Lorenzo of this season with the corner cutting penalties. As Killers has caught up to Rafa, could we see Killers' first ever DRC win? Of course, this does not count for anything, as it is... We didn't even know it was happening. But Mirage has received a 2-second time penalty for corner cutting. Why are you cutting all the corners? As Killers looks to make a lunge on Rafa for the lead of this Grand Prix. The Grand Prix that wasn't planned. As Karem, now 15 seconds behind Van Raj after becoming Spinala. And he's left the session. Wonder will he join on a third account? We'll go to the battle for the lead. Killer's going to get the DRS and the slipstream down this main straight he goes. Sets the quickest lap at a 1:34.2. Into the slipstream he goes, closing and closing, and he's going to pull to the inside. Rafa defends, goes for the defensive, not good enough. Killers will go around the outside, and the number 21 Ferrari. Rafa's received a penalty and has taken a bollard out for good measure. Manraj goes up past Lucas, who probably involved in another collision, as Rafa's going to go back down the inside on Killers. Down he goes. That's a great move. Karem's come into the pits. What? Lap 3 of 3, great battle between the two Season 2 OGs. Hashtag Can champion for Season 5. If this is form to go by, these two could well battle for Season 5 championship. Rafa does have that 2-second time penalty, but a collision could happen as everyone is leaving the session for some unknown reason. Rafa versus Killers. Now, onto the main straight. Lucas has left the session. It's probably just my internet. Killers versus Rafa down the main straight they go, or the back straight even, into the chicane, side by side. Rafa's gonna have to go for a almighty lunge. Switches around. What a switch back from Rafa. Excellent racing from the Turkish and the Dutchman. And Rafa's gonna have to go around the outside as Killers, and I'm talking about 100 miles a minute for some reason here. This is such battling between these two for the win of the unplanned DRC Russian Grand Prix. Oh, and they've spun! Oh no! Rafa will take the no, Tentun Stelling will win. Oh, dearie me. Tentun Stelling wins the not Russian Grand Prix after not even being involved in the battle. And yeah, so Tentun Stelling gets his third DRC win. Adrian Newey up there for the Red Bull team to celebrate. What happened? Dirt Fever versus Danny 2.0. Here's your race results for the not Russian Grand Prix. Tentun Stelling wins after Rafa becomes Dirt FIFA and hits Killers. Karem comes third even after DNFing. Killers fourth. Lucas fifth, and Van Raj will finish 6th position. One corner left. I will destroy Thomas this season. Take the screenshots. We're gonna have to hold Danny to that, as we still have to wait 27 seconds for this graphic to go down. It was an interesting race. It was a good battle up until the very last corner. Killers hits Rafa, and Tentun Stelling snatches the win from a bit of trash talk from Danny. Damn right. But then we're back tomorrow for Bahrain, and of course I will be joined. I've just been disconnected from the lobby, isn't that good? And I will of course have my co-commentator Mimala1 beside me. Brendan, we're gonna call him Brendan. For what should be around Bahrain. But that's all we do have time for here on DRC. We hope you enjoyed that little practice session. And have a good evening, stay safe, stay at home, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.